Alright, so now we're going to tackle the electrical part of the stove, but we're just going to work on the bottom half first. So this is a pretty simple setup. You have your power cord coming in. There's a junction box right here. Now I probably should have removed it when I had the side panel out, but I kind of wasn't thinking about it, but it's really no big deal. I'll take the side panel out again, or if I can't reach this, just by reaching through the door. And so basically you have the power cord coming in, and then you have a hot and a neutral going up right here, these two guys, and they go up to the basically the receptacle part of the plug, and so that sends the hot and the neutral up to the main, cooktop thing. That's what powers the lights and the clocks and all that good stuff. And then you have one more hot wire that goes through here, and it goes into the oven. Now in the oven there's and I don't know what the actual part is called, but basically it's like a bimetal that once the oven gets warmer than like 100 degrees, it closes a contact, and there's a light that turns on in the display panel that just says that the oven is on. So the power goes through here, and then once the bimetal makes contact, it'll energize this wire, which goes right to the light bulb, and it says oven on. So I'm probably going to save this wire and this wire just because I'm pretty sure that they're crimped on that piece. But I am going to replace the power cord, and I may or may not replace these two wires because they're in good shape, but I'm definitely just going to do a better job protecting them because they look a little ratty. And they're also crimped into this plug, so if I were to replace these wires, I'd have to replace this socket, and then I'd have to replace the other socket, and that's a little bit more than I need to do. So let's get started. Okay, so the wiring is completely done on the bottom half of the stove. I ended up running 2 new wires. This is the flame on switch or oven on switch. One of those powers goes into the junction box and the other one goes up into the harness up here. There's another hot and neutral that goes also into this junction box, and then the power cord, which is now a safe grounded receptacle, is all in one place. Now a lot of you guys might wonder why I didn't put a one of those thingies here. There's a collar in these holes, so it won't pinch the wiring at all. Very, very well thought out. That's it, guys. This was a really simple rewire job. Probably the most difficult part was kind of figuring out how to reuse those spade plugs. But as you can see with that, I used that O-ring terminal and just kind of squeezed it and modified it a little bit, and it worked out pretty good. I still have to connect all of the little wires in this junction box. There's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to show you that, because it's, unless I take the side panel off again, which I don't really feel like doing. I'm going to try and do it without it. But other than that, this is done, and we're basically done with the stove. I wanted to show you also, there was a set of chips here in the right corner. I got that all taken care of. And somebody asked what I do to get rid of these chips. So I use appliance touch-up paint that comes in a little bottle, like a little whiteout bottle. And what I'll do is I'll put, 2 coats a day and build it up. I just keep building it up until that paint is thicker or taller than the porcelain, and then I take some fine sandpaper and then I sand it, and then I'll do a very light overspray of some appliance paint. And this is what I found to be the best way to cover up porcelain. You almost can't see it, almost imperceptible. There is a little ding right there. I didn't quite get enough material in there. And this is great as long as you're not close to the fire. If you have a chip and it's close to the flame, your only choice is really to get new porcelain, because there's no paint that can withstand the heat. But as long as it's far away from the flame, like this one was right in the corner here, it should be no big deal, and it should be a very permanent repair. Anyway, so that's it with the bottom half of the stove. I got all the burners dialed in, the oven's good. I'm going to just put it all back together. The last step is to work on the head, the top piece. And then the only thing I'm waiting on, guys, is the chrome to come back. I have 4 chrome drip trays that need to be done, and then I have some chrome rings that go around here. And I might get the oven racks chromed, but they're in really good shape, so I might just leave them because they're actually totally respectable. But that's it. So, alright guys, well that's it for this video. Stay tuned for the next video. I'll be finishing up the head for this, which is right here. We're going to rebuild this 100% and hopefully get everything functioning perfectly. And then once we're done with that, we'll be able to put this bad boy back on the stove, and we are going to be good to go, and we'll be 100% finished. So thanks for watching.